Alright, today we're going to be creating brand new crowns. They're actually pretty big. Hopefully you can see with my hand. I think it takes about maybe 5 to 6 full size to make these. So this is what they look like. This is blue. So we'll show you all the steps and just kind of what the end product. I also printed out some paper just for fun. Just using Canva here to create kind of more of a crown style looking thing. Alright, so first thing we gotta do is I got a huge bag. I need to sort through them. Basically, I'm just doing solid colors first, and at the end, anything I have left over, I create like rainbow style crowns, which are pretty cool too looking. Alright, let's get to sorting. Alright, and we're just going to run it under some hot water. It doesn't have to be like scalding hot, just warm enough that it loosens the paper up from the glue. Then I just let it set for maybe anywhere from like 5 to 10 minutes. Just be careful because some crowns do melt way faster than others and can get kind of gooey. But for the most part, if you're just doing like 5 minutes, it's not really that big of a deal. So we'll just let these sit here for probably about 5 minutes or so. Alright, so I let it set for maybe 8 to 10 minutes. I kind of walked away for a little bit. Obviously there's a crown there in the bottom that's the wrong color that I just messed up when I was sorting, so no big deal. They don't fully melt, so it's not like it's going to really infect the rest of the colors. So I just let them air dry for the most part on a towel. So we'll remove that, and as you can see, there's some pieces that just completely fell off, which is great. So it makes a few easy at least. Oh, or just falls out. Now, as you can see, some of these are just easily sliding off. Some of them are a little harder than others. I don't know if it's brand or just this type of crown stuff it's made with. Now, if a little paper's left on, it's not going to be a huge deal. Like, I mean, the paper you want to take off, but some of the glue, you could just scrub with like a sponge or soak them again. A few of them I'll probably have to soak again. And yeah, it's just a bit of a process. This is probably honestly the longest part of the process. Gets all over your hands, obviously. But this one's pretty easy. This is by far the best way. I've originally tried doing it with like razor blades, like a box cutter to cut them, but that kind of ended up being a little bit dangerous, and it was definitely a bit of a slower process compared to this. Because with the razor blade, it just cuts the paper, where this actually kind of dissolves and loosens up the glue. But as you can see, some just come off. Some of them came off by themselves, so it's great. Another thing I point out is all these crowns are different shades. So each crown mold, I try to put some of the closest shades to it, but if they're not exact, it's honestly not going to make that big of a difference. It doesn't really mix together to create a one, even though it turns to liquid, which is great when you want to make like a rainbow crown. It's not going to mix in to make like one whole black crown. But if you get a little bit of a shade difference throughout it, it's not going to really make a difference, at least in my preference. It's up to you. If you want to get exact, go for it. Read the name of the paper to see which one is this. All right. And I'll be back after I do all this. All right, now that these are all peeled, basically just going to take these, break them up, put them in here. These were on Amazon about, I think, 15 bucks. I will put a link. It came with 4 total. So the animals and kind of like some flowers. Something to remember is when you do bake these, the side of the one crown is going to look like this exactly. But since this is a lay down mold, this side will end up being flat. I guess you could technically take 2 of these and kind of melt them together to make one giant crown, but it's not really worth it. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and break these up and put them in. And remember as you're doing this that there is going to be air gaps in here as you put them down. So add a little bit more than what you think you need. As it settles and melts, it will get rid of the air, and you'll end up needing a little more than you think, because as of right now, this is looking pretty full. But obviously, there's a lot of holes in there to fill. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to do this. All right, all full. Now we're going to do about 275 degrees in the toaster oven for roughly usually about 15-20 minutes. It's pretty much good. And then we'll see, if I need to maybe drop another crown or 2 in some of these and see. Here we go. Alright, if you guys had any questions about the process, or you guys have your own hints or tips or whatever, definitely let me know in the comments below. If you want to see more videos like this, just random projects I do, that's what this channel is kind of just fun, random things I do. Also check out like kind of my challenge videos. That's what I really enjoy making, but I like making videos like this too. So yeah, let me know what you guys have questions on, and I will see you all hopefully on the next one. Peace.